A Quiet Place is not a perfect movie. In fact, for a horror movie, it's not actually that scary. There's heaps of problems that you can nitpick about this film, and the fact is that the ending is also quite cringy and disappointing. But even though this movie has so many problems, this movie also does a lot of things very well. A Quiet Place is not a perfect film, and I honestly think it's a bit overhyped. When I first watched this film, I was disappointed, like genuinely disappointed a lot. Now, after a few months, this movie has kind of grown on me a lot, actually, and I actually think it's a pretty decent movie, and to be honest, it's pretty great. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna be in my top 10 of the year or anything like that, but I just think it's a really well-made movie. Now, the main issue that I had with this movie is for a horror movie, it wasn't really that scary. But director John Krasinski, by the way, I do not know how to say his last name, does an excellent job creating several thrilling sequences throughout the film, and the pinnacle of thrill in this movie is what I like to call the staircase sequence. And in my opinion, this is the best sequence of 2018 so far. It's better than that scene in Hereditary, and it's better than any scene in Infinity War, and yes, it's better than the Gomorrah scene as well. Now, if you haven't actually watched A Quiet Place before watching this video, I definitely recommend watching the movie as it is pretty great, and also, you're not really going to be understanding what I'm talking about, and I will have spoilers ahead, so some of it will get ruined. Definitely watch this movie before watching this video because it is definitely going to have some spoilers. I find it very interesting that in this horror post-apocalyptic world, what brought me the most tension in this film was a scene without any monsters or anything supernatural. Well, there were kind of some monsters, but they weren't really very integral to what was going on. At the beginning of the film, we see the family lose its youngest son. This is used to show the audience the extreme danger that surrounds these characters, and it also gives us some context to why all these characters are just really scared, and why these characters really have to behave with a lot of caution. I feel like the staircase sequence grounds our protagonists into a real world where they're not superheroes or anything, and they can really be damaged by a small little nail. It shows us that even though these characters have to face supernatural creatures, our characters are simply normal people who will get hurt if they get punched, kicked, or if they step on a nail. 37 minutes into the film, the nail on the staircase is set up. The scene shows Emily Blunt's character carrying a bag filled with clothes. I think it's clothes. I really don't know what it is. I'm just gonna assume that it's clothes. Well, anyways, the bag gets stuck into a dangerously placed nail, which I have no idea why it's on the staircase, but you know, that's just a little stupid plot hole that doesn't really matter. The nail is straightened by Emily Blunt when she tries to lift up the bag. With her pressure, the nail is just straightened up. We then get an ominous close-up of the straightened nail, and it's instantly clear that someone or something will step on it. When I was watching this movie, I was kind of questioning whether one of the monsters was gonna step on the nail or if it's gonna be one of the humans. When the audience imagines some human stepping on it, they instantly start to cringe, or at least I did, because we know that something gruesome will happen very soon, and subsequently, tension is created. 8 minutes later, it's time. Time for the setup to have some payoff. And wow, this scene is masterful. The shot is absolutely amazing, and it's quite original actually. It would have been quite cliche to just focus on the nail during the entire time the mother walks down the staircase, but instead they choose to start showing the mother's face. The mother already in absolute agony as she has just begun labor. She is currently alone at home with a bunch of freaky monsters, and her water just broke. With our previous knowledge of the nail, we know that it's about to get a lot worse. As Emily Blunt's character walks into the dark basement, not being able to see the nail, the camera pans down to the nail right as the mother steps on it. This thematic tension, added with a beautifully ugly sound effect reminding me of Joker's magic trick in The Dark Knight, with the painful visuals, is absolutely agonizing. When I first saw this scene, I genuinely felt like my foot was penetrated, and I actually remember holding my foot really tightly and just feeling pure pain. Now, the fact that the scene could give so much emotion to an audience really shows how well it is directed, and really that there's a lot to be learned from the scene. Now, I'm not really the right person to teach you what's going on, but I'm just highlighting these things, so maybe you can take note of them next time when you watch this film. I think this sequence really shows the audience how much pain this mother is willing to withstand in a way that we can really understand the pain felt. We can all kind of accurately imagine the amount of pain felt by the characters when they are stabbed, when they step on a nail, or when they're emotionally tortured. This scene, in my opinion, was crucial to this film because most of us don't really know what it's gonna be like to be hurt by the supernatural creatures. But what we can feel is the staircase sequence. It gives the audience an exclusive sneak peek to the suffering the mother is able to withstand for her next child. This really makes sense because the whole movie is literally a love letter to the relationship between a family and the family dynamic. The film is a beautiful message to John Krasinski and Emily Blunt's children, showing the children the amount the parents are ready to sacrifice for the protection of their children. Guys, thank you for watching this video. I really have a lot of fun making these video essay type of videos. Even, I don't really like to call them video essays because it's kind of like an overused term, but really that's what it is because I literally write an essay before making them. But yeah, I just really enjoy making these because it kind of just highlights the art and the effort put into the script and the visuals and the direction of a film, and I just really want to highlight that stuff. I just think that the scene was so beautiful that I just needed someone to make a video on it, and I'm surprised that no one did, so I just ended up making my own video. But guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you guys did not watch it, I would have not been making these videos probably. Maybe I would be because, you know, I really love making these videos. But yeah guys, thank you for watching my video. Make sure you have a lovely week, a lovely day, a lovely month, a lovely year, and bye bye.